Hi guys, here in Barcelona, a great day. It started, first of all, one of our investors, clients, Gilly. So he wants to purchase, he works in Pittsburgh, he's looking to purchase free quadplexes. Each one 4 units, free quadplexes. The thing is, they need renovation of about $700,000, and it doesn't have the experience to show. We can try and fix it up with a bridge loan, but it's going to be too complicated. We could have done it, but there is a better solution. He owns a $2 million portfolio that we can actually refinance because he owns it free and clear. That's going to be much easier, and he's going to get much better rates, of course, than a bridge loan. So he just got into contract. He contacted us today. He been to the expo. He liked what he saw. He joins the premium program. We sent him the spreadsheet to fill up. We sent him the resume example. He created a WhatsApp group with his partners. And now we start working on his loan. We're going to do his auction to find him the best possible lender. We recently closed in North Carolina 5.56. Yesterday, a tiny loan of $80,000. We got 5.86 in Indianapolis for another client alone. And all right, so that's exciting. And then I spoke with Ron from our forum. He have 2 ventures that he likes us to get into. So he scheduled a call with us, something got to do with fuel. I'm not sure, like investing in that. Another thing got to do with like a major bank. So, I always try 97% of the time to say yes, at least to hear, and try to be open-minded and hear about options. I'm not sure that's gonna fall under our portfolio. Created a special kind of building houses. We're already building houses, so everything that can speed up that Yossi, so that can fall more into our umbrella. But it's always good. And I got compliments from Ron about how I manage different projects. So we spoke about it. I told him that I think it's kind of like a muscle, because I started working on projects ever since I was 8, like coding, and later on I did like 20 startups. 2 of them were successful, which I sold. One to the sharks in Israel, the other one brought me to New York 15 years ago. 18 others didn't work out. But that's a lot of experience of managing projects. Now, another thing that got me into managing projects, I worked as an employee in high tech. It's kind of weird. 10 years in Israel and 10 years in New York. So in Israel, I worked for a company, INET Ltd. I built all of the projects for the Ministry of Defense. For example, at the site Izkor, which is kind of like memory for all of the soldiers of Israel. It's got me kind of depressed because I had to deal with dead people for 10 years. But basically, it was only me for 10 years and some student from time to time. My boss, Maoz, he told Shimon from the Ministry of Defense, the one that got to do with everything, with all of the budgets, he told them that we are a team of like 8-9 people just to impress him. But basically it was me. So I learned the hard way for 10 years how to manage large-scale projects, and the military got me trained into ISO 9000, how to manage all of the data, how to record all of the data. So for 10 years, it's like being in the military. Besides my military service of 3 years, that was another 10 years there. And then in the US, for 3 years, I ran the startup and did real estate, but then for another 10 years, I've been an employee. I was a director of web technology of two companies owned by the same owner, Jerry. One of them is a law firm, another one is a CRM for attorneys. And over there as well, you know, like an attorney is not, a law firm is not a technology company. I was the only one that got to do with the web, and I had an assistant. So same thing. I had to deal with very large projects. He had like 400 websites that he wanted all of them to be #1 on Google. Each one was like a lawsuit against a different drug, because it was a personal injury lawyer, and many websites. And he went to sleep. He had the dream of some app. He wake up in the morning and then told me, "All right, Lior, I want you to do this app that every hole in New York on the ground, the person can take a picture and send it to the city," and all kind of wild ideas. And I was the one that was supposed to make all of this happen. So this is a lot of training for what I do now. You know, running the expo, we do have like 40 employees, but basically we run the orchestra. So, you know, doing the convention, running the financing, construction, and education, the university. But I am trying, as opposed of when I was 20 years old, that I tried to do many different stuff. I opened website, like the first blogging site, and I created a website for